know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
I'm trying to free your mind from me, but I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You are shifting from one reality level to another. Simple physics. All right. You've been shifting all your lives. You don't have to wait to shift. You do it automatically based on your definitions and your belief systems of what you believe is possible for you. For you. It's not that you change the world. It's that you shift yourself to a parallel earth already existing on the vibratory level you have created within yourself. So you're shifting now, you're shifting now, you're shifting now, you're shifting now, you're shifting now. This is a natural thing that you do. This is the nature of how reality works. This is the nature of how change exists. So it's not about having to force anyone else to change. It's only about you changing and allowing reality, in a sense, to reflect back to you the shift you have made in yourself that could actually allow you to synchronistically shift yourself to that reality. Remember, what you put out is what you get back. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's all this is.
The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness. I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here it is the natural instinct and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man. No longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. In that way, it's a process of continuing growth.
Hello.
And to you, good day.
Good day. My question is about...
Speak up so that all may hear what you have to share. Be bold.
It's about God.
God, yes, all that is.
I'm a bit confused because from what I could understand, it's an energy who doesn't die.
It is all that is.
And here on Earth...
It is all that is. There is nothing outside of creation. What you call God is all that is. It is you. It is the chair. It is the room. It is the sky. It is the planet. It is the stars. It is everything. Everything is made of God because there's nothing else to make anything from. So all of you, all of us, everything is what you call God experiencing itself as everything. This is the second law. The one is the all. The all are the one. The one is the all are the one. Make sense?
Yes.
Does that remove the confusion?
Why do we exist at all?
Because you have to. I'll put it another way. Existence simply is. The question, why does existence exist, is a question created within existence. The question is subject to existence. Existence is not subject to the question. Existence only has one quality, to exist. Therefore, that which exists simply exists. It doesn't in any way, shape, or form need to justify its existence by asking, why does it exist? Existence exists because that's the quality it exhibits. Existence.
That's amazing.
We think so. All of the things that will never exist already don't exist. There's no room in non-existence for the things that do exist. Therefore, if it exists, it doesn't need to explain why it exists. It exists because it's not non-existence. Therefore, the only other place it can be is in existence. That's the ultimate polarity of creation.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Good day. What are some practical things that we can do on a day-to-day basis to have our thinking be such that we can be on an optimal path, on the optimal track for ourselves?
Do you understand the whole concept of why it is important to act on your highest excitement every moment? Hesitation usually means no.
No.
All right. That's your answer. You see, you hear in what you call your New Age parlance the idea of following your bliss, acting on your excitement, acting on your highest joy. But why? Why is that important? The reason is the answer to your question. What you actually call excitement, what the body's translation is of that sensation, is it's actually representative of the vibratory frequency of the energy that represents your true natural self. So if you always act on the thing that contains the most excitement at every given moment to the best of your ability with zero expectation as to what the outcome ought to be, you will be walking the optimal path no matter how it looks. You see, the idea is that many of you have been taught to think that, well, I am at A, I want to get to Z, and the straightest path is to go from here to there. Whereas if you follow your excitement, the path may seem to go like this. But you see, because it's representative of your excitement, because it's representative of your true vibration, you'll actually become superconductive and pass that energy through you very quickly and move on that path much more quickly than a smaller path that's not you, because the smaller path will be representative of resistance. And you'll find yourself pushing against it and going backwards and taking a lot of time to walk that path. Whereas if you go the longer path, but it is representative of your excitement, you'll actually get to Z faster. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is simple physics. It's just about aligning with the vibration of who you actually are. And the things that excite you the most because they're representative of your true natural frequency. So acting on the things that excite you the most is like following the compass needle that's pointing to your true magnetic north. And if you just keep doing that, you will find that that excitement will become the driving engine and the organizing principle of your life, and will attract to you every single situation you need to continue to act on more and more and more opportunities that bring more excitement. That's actually all you need to do. At any given moment, you have a number of things that are available to you to take action on. Doesn't matter what they are. Just pick the one that has the most excitement, that you have the greatest degree of ability to take action on, and act on it to the best of your ability until you can take it no further with absolutely zero expectation. And if you just keep doing that, you will find that your life will become an ecstatic explosion of synchronicity. Does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
Thank you. Remember, this is just simple physics. It's nothing mysterious. It's just physics.
Eventually, this is going to be eliminated, just as eventually we hope that government will be eliminated and will become unnecessary, because every individual will be self-governing and therefore relate properly to his brother, and the state will vanish. So too, at the same time, the church will vanish. And that's why in the book of Revelation, in the New Testament, it is said that in heaven there is no temple, because the whole place is the temple.
Physical reality, as you call it, as we have said many times, is a reflection of your state of being, your state of consciousness. There really is nothing outside of you. You're not really in physical reality. Physical reality is within you. It's within your consciousness. It is a concept that you are experiencing of yourself from a certain perspective. However, we understand that the way in which you have chosen to experience your particular dimension of physical experience is as though you are within a realm of space and time, as you call it. But what is that exactly? What is space? What is time? Again, while they are illusionary, you still create the effect of them, the experience of them in your life experience as a physical being, a physicalized being, so to speak, where you have taken your energy, the high frequency energy of your spirit nature, your non-physical nature, and in a sense have lowered that frequency, crystallized that frequency down into what you call the experience, the matrix of, the structure of physical reality. Now again, this is going on within your consciousness. You're not actually in any place really called physical reality. It's all within. Nevertheless, we understand that the way you chose to experience this makes it appear to be outside of you. So the thing to remember, in order to give yourself more opportunity to choose and experience the kind of physical reality you prefer, the kind of physical reality that you say is more in alignment with your true vibration, is to begin to see and experience physical reality as a reflection, similar to the idea of the reflection that exists in your glass mirrors. You know that when you look at your reflection in a glass mirror, you know that you're not really over there. And you know that if you want to change the reflection in the glass mirror, you don't go to the reflection and attempt to make it change. You must change yourself in order to see the change in the reflection. So, physical reality, being a reflection, being a hall of mirrors, operates in much the same kind of modality. Any change you wish to see in the so-called reflection, the outer reality, must begin within the inner reality, which is you, within your consciousness, within your vibration, within your state of being.
Greetings, Bashar.
And good day to you.
I love you.
We love you as well.
Present is not the result of the past.
No.
And the future is not the result of the present.
No.
Please expand, explain.
All things exist now. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, then. All right, all right. If all things exist now, then what you call the past and what you call the future and all of its variations in both directions also all exist at the same time. Look at it as probabilities, yes? Nothing is chiseled in stone, as you humans say. It's probabilities, but they all exist. You will experience what you're the energy of. But looking at it from a linear perspective, because we know that when you create a linear experience, you create a connected continuity to other realities that simultaneously coexist, that you call the past and that you call the future for convenience sake. But they all exist right now. But the point is that even when you create that linear connection, whatever you choose to be in the present, that's a completely different person from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. So when you redesign and redefine yourself as a completely different person in the present, that means that in order to actually have become that person, you had to have a different past. So the present actually changes the past. Does that make sense? When you define who you are, right now, every moment, you make new connections to other simultaneous realities that you call the past and the future. But you do that every single time you change, every single moment. So you're never the same person, literally, and you never have the same past. You only think you do. And when you stop creating that sense of continuity, or you design the continuity or focus the continuity connections to serve you in the way you prefer, then you will realize that you can take what we call the 13th step. And when you truly define who you are, then it's not about the fact that you've changed and you no longer do that. You never did. You understand? That was a different person. That is a different person. So let's say, for example, someone experiences what you call an addictive habit. If they truly, truly, truly allow themselves to fully understand that they become a new person in each moment, then they will understand that the person they are now never had the habit. That's why there's no urge. You can see this clearly demonstrated physically in your reality in cases that your doctors call multiple personality disorder. There are documented cases on your planet of one personality having a cancerous tumor, but as soon as they shift to the next personality, they don't. There are documented cases of one personality having allergic reactions and another personality not. There are even cases of one personality having one color eye and another a different color eye. They are literally different people, literally. And so are you, from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. When you really know that, then you will know that at every moment you are at ground zero. Whatever past you want is what you get. whatever future you want is what you get with that person you are being right now. Does that help?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think so. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Every time you follow your highest excitement,
Yes.
like say 10 minutes ago you were in a different reality.
Yes.
So are you crossing parallel realities every time?
All the time, every second, every instant. Right now. 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 All of those are different parallel realities in total.
And so you you're suffering, you're having a hard time, then you also, it goes the same way, right? As
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You draw yourself into whatever parallel reality is representative of the vibration you most strongly give off. What you put out is what you get back. It's the third law of creation. There are only 4 laws in creation. That's the third one. Number 1 is that you exist. Can't do anything about that. Can't change that. You exist. And in some form you always will. Law number 2. The one is the all are the one. Can't change that. Number 3. What you put out is what you get back. Can't change that. Law number 4. Change is the only constant. Except for the first 3 laws. That's it. Every reality, every experience, in every dimension, everywhere, every when, is some configuration of those 4 laws. Does that help?
yes.
Thank you for your time and everything else, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for your timelessness.
Hello, Bashar.
How do you? Good day.
How are you?
Perfect, and you?
Very well. I love hearing how the Essassani are always in joy.
Always. We don't have to be, but we see no reason not to be.
That's such a beautiful place to be. I just love
We
it.
think so. Want to come visit?
Yes.
Well then,
Yes.
step into joy.
I had a question
we say
about
that a lot too.
I have a question about helping me understand other realities as they are. You're saying that everything that we can imagine is actually a physical,
Take me literally.
literal reality, just like
Now,
this
it
one.
depends on what you define as physical. Understand that in their own realities, it may seem as solid to them as yours does to you. That doesn't mean that it seems solid to you.
Correct. To them, it seems as solid as this reality seems
As
to
real
us.
to them, no matter what you may define as solid.
And in those realities, are we? I mean, I can imagine realities that are nonsensical, that don't make sense.
Yes.
Like, for example, you mentioned.
You mean like Earth?
No, I mean something more bizarre than that. Like, for example, is there a version going on right now where Daryl the Channel is wearing a red shirt instead of a blue shirt?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
That's a simple parallel reality.
Okay, and then is there a version going on right now where everything is the same except Daryl has a fork stuck in his head?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes. Did you not imagine it?
Yes, but now
that in
that's
some
nonsensical.
reality that serves a purpose.
Having a fork stuck in your head serves a purpose?
Yes. Don't you stick forks in things to see if they're done? So in one reality, Daryl's going, let's see if I'm done. Poking himself with a fork in the head. In that reality, matter is mutable. And therefore, putting a fork in your head is not lethal. You understand?
Yes, I do, and that's where the sort of the nonsensical aspect comes in.
Yes.
Is there another reality where airplanes fly indoors and never outdoors?
Yes. Look, let me put it to you this way. Perhaps it will be easier for you to understand from this perspective. When you physically die and go into spirit, don't you imagine that in spirit you can conjure up anything you imagine instantaneously?
Absolutely.
Well, isn't that just as real?
Yeah.
Well, in spirit, couldn't you say, ha ha, look at me, I'm putting a fork in my head. Ain't that a kick? Couldn't you do that in spirit?
Yeah.
Isn't it real?
Yeah.
Well, it's a spirit fork and a spirit head. It's just as real. Just because it can do different things than you can do in the physical world doesn't mean it's any less real. It's just you can do different things.
Okay, it makes sense to that version, to that.
Well, that's
reality.
all you have to do is find the version in which it makes sense.
Right.
Because it's just a matter of perspective. It's just a matter of defining the paradigm in which that is probable and serves a purpose.
Wow.
And if it's the idea that, well, in spirit, obviously you can do anything you want, then that makes it real for you, then there you go. You've answered your own question. On that level, in spirit, you're still dealing with real beings, real consciousness, but they can do these quote-unquote wacky things that you can't necessarily do on Earth, well, at least not without a visit to the hospital.
And then that would also say that there are parallel realities going on where everybody sitting in this room right now is in joy, actually feeling the joy that you're talking about.
Absolutely.
And there's also a parallel reality going on where everybody sitting in this room is depressed beyond belief.
Absolutely.
And those are both very true, very literal, very specific,
Absolutely.
to those realities.
Yes. You cannot imagine non-existence. Everything you imagine must be a part of all that is, or you would not be capable of having imagined it. Because there is no outside to all that is. So whatever you imagine must be within all that is, or it wouldn't be possible to even imagine it.
If I want to experience the reality where everybody in this room is experiencing ecstatic joy,
go right ahead.
How does everybody feel? Oh, I guess it works.
Yes, it does. And again, remember, whatever you are perceiving is your version of everyone in your reality. So why can't they be joyful? Does that answer the question?
It empowers. It feels very empowering.
It is very empowering.
Because everything is in our lap. Everything.
Yes. Or wherever you want it to be.
Okay.
Does that help?
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh,
love
sir.
You.
Our love to you as well, sir. So you have a very formal reality. Welcome to my reality. Formal dress required. Wearing shorts is fine. Just don't come up short. Just joking with you, because I know you also like humor in your reality. Thank you.
And I wanted to hear about, I understand there seems to be a mode of transportation called teleportation.
Yes, and in fact, we believe your own scientists are beginning to get a handle on that. I believe recently your own scientists actually teleported a molecule.
I understand that the human brain, I don't know if it's the brain, but we're actually able to teleport ourselves.
Well, of course. You already innately have that ability. All beings do. And it's just a matter of understanding a few ideas. But you can also, shall we say, mimic it technologically. You can, in other words, give yourself a technological excuse for letting yourselves teleport. You understand? So, in that sense, it's sort of like a crutch. But, yes, of course, beings do it all the time, really, and they may not always be aware of it. it's the same thing we do with our ships as well. So in that sense, we allow our technology to be more reflective of the idea. And this is really the principle, at least as we understand it, that teleportation is based on. Are you paying attention?
Yes.
All right. Are you paying attention? All right. Now, do you have a small object, a pen, a penny, anything like that? Well, I mean, just all of you. You can keep it. I don't need it. But just take it out and perhaps hold it in one hand or put it on the floor or put it on your leg. Doesn't matter. As long as it is there and you can see it on one of your legs, in one of your hands, on the floor in one position, however you wish to do it, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Are you doing this?
Yes.
All right. What object are you using?
I have a quarter.
A quarter. All right. Now, understand that that quarter has a certain vibrational signature. You follow me?
Yes.
All right. That signature is what makes it what you perceive to be a quarter. That equation, that energy equation, vibrational signature equation, in your understanding of consciousness, allows you to perceive that concept as a quarter. Make sense?
Yes.
Now, take that quarter, or whatever object you are all using, and put it in the other hand. Have you done this?
Yes.
All right, now, I want to explain something to you. That's a different quarter. It's not the same quarter. Because it now has a different vibrational signature. Why? Because it's in a different location. And here's the key. Remember, first of all, that continuity is an illusion that you create with consciousness. You are creating the illusion of continuity that says it's the same quarter. It's the same quarter that was here, and now it's the same quarter, but it's over here. That phrase, but it's over here, contains a lot of interesting information. Because what it actually means is this. An object does not exist in a location. Location is one of the properties of the object. The equation of the quarter in one hand is not the same as the equation of the quarter in the other hand. The variable in the equation that is changed is the locational one. It's a different equation, and thus a different quarter. But continuity is created with consciousness between them. Now, teleportation is this idea, and this is how we have applied it to our spacecraft. And in a sense, this is how beings use it who do it naturally. When you understand that location is a variable of the equation of the property of the object, if you are capable of figuring out some way to change that locational variable to represent the signature of another location, by definition, the object must cease being in location A and must suddenly start being in location B, because you've changed its equation without traveling in between. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The idea is that any point in space has a locational equation to it. And if you say, well, all right, I'm going to change the locational variable gradually from point to point to point and create a sense of continuity, an illusion of continuity, then what you get is this kind of motion where you can see some kind of intervening occupancy of the object through a series of different locational spaces, going from here to here. And you say, well, it traveled, but it's actually teleporting from here to 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 here. Now, if you understand that you just simply need the vibration of location A and the vibration of location Z, and you don't need all the ones in the middle, then you can simply have an object with vibration location A, impose upon it somehow the vibrational location of Z, and it will simply stop being here and start being here without going through all of the middle points. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Does that help?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, when contact occurs, one of the things we talked about before in terms of the energy of our civilization overwhelming the energy of an individual from your civilization, this would also be one of the side effects, because as we are more connected to many different kinds of dimensions of our consciousness, then all of those so-called imposed barriers of location also break down within our consciousness. Barriers of time, barriers of space. All those ideas of barriers no longer exist. So, to add to the idea that our presence, exposure to our presence, would not only bring up issues you're not necessarily willing to face into your mind consciously, it would also begin to break down the barriers of time and space for you. And again, that must be done at a pace you are ready to handle, so that you don't just simply pop out of your existence and not come back.
What the heck is that? What is that? Look, they joined. Oh my gosh.
Disclosure is very close, and the American people need to prepare themselves very soon for an announcement from our government that there is in fact extraterrestrial presence engaging this planet and the human race.
For quite some time, your planet, with respect to our civilizations, the extraterrestrial civilizations that are here to assist you in your transformation, your planet, in a sense, has been in a kind of a hands-off policy. Non-interference directive, I believe you call it. So that you may be allowed to receive information, but not in such a manner that really affect the way in which you wish to apply that information. So we've been holding back, keeping ourselves at a distance to not force you to believe in us or anything we have to say. We have kept this hands-off policy to allow you to evolve in your own way according to your own choices. You follow?
Yes.
I believe that in many of your science fiction scenarios, this is referred to as the Prime Directive. Do not interfere with a society that is not ready to face a spacefaring society, a holistic society. Let them get to a point where they are ready for such contact before you engage them more fully. You follow?
Yes.
But as of that date, that quarantine, that hands-off policy is at an end. So the idea of contact from that point forward will not be based on our policies. It will be solely based on your world's expression of readiness for more open contact. Nothing will prevent us from making that contact on our end after that date. It is thus then totally in your hands after that date. You follow?
Yes.
Now, again, it doesn't mean that the next day there are going to be ships landing all over your planet. It simply means that it is up to the collective consciousness of your world and certain bubble reality groups within it to determine the rate at which you accelerate toward a timing where you allow for contact to occur. Most importantly, of course, in that allowance would be the agreed upon recognition that there is actually somebody out here to contact. You follow?
Yes.
Because most of your people put in positions to be responsible for you deny our existence. So, even though most of the people on your planet know we exist, The people that you have put in place in what you call your governments are relatively reluctant to allow that knowledge to come out. You have to determine why that may be so, and allow yourselves to know you are your governments. And when you express a true unified desire to interact with the life that is out here, we will not hesitate to interact with you in more open and bolder ways. But until such time, we are leaving it up to you to let us know when that time is at hand. Well, is it now? Let me again refresh your memories. Back to what you call your year of 1997 and the incident now known as the Phoenix Lights. 10,000 plus witnesses saw a large craft pass over your state of Arizona. How many people in your society still don't know that even occurred? How many of your news broadcasters still don't talk about it? How many people still don't discuss it openly and still question whether it even happened at all? To this day, we would say, you're not ready. You follow?
Yes, but isn't this due to that our corporate media is heavily controlled, and
controlled by whom?
By the heads of the corporations.
Which are what?
Well,
which are what?
The elite governing body that has
They are people like you. Do not make them they. And you, us. You are all they. You are all us. Be your governments. Express what you truly prefer. If you wish to make changes, then unify and make them. If you wish to express what you prefer your governments to do, express it. As we said last night of your time, when the people lead, the leaders will follow. So lead the way. There is no us and them except as an illusion you have created on your planet. Don't succumb to the idea of giving your power away to others. Take your power back in a positive and constructive and loving way. And let those people know that you recognize they are only acting out of the fear they have inherited from all of you. They are expressing the fear that such contact would be detrimental to your society. Educate them as you educate yourself. Work together. Form new partnerships. Teach them that it can be a very positive, expanding, constructive thing for everyone. Teach them there is no such thing as lack. Teach them that there is enough for everyone, so they will not have to operate out of fear. Teach them that change can be positive. If you know these things to be true, do not sit back. Be those people.
We will survive.
Be they.
20 years in time.
Be
different
us.
worlds, different places, different feelings and different values. To be so different, we had opinions.
we will, at this counting of your time, remind each and every one of you, you have your own reasons for why you chose to be where you are on earth. It is an adventure that you can allow to enhance every aspect of your being when used in that light. Please remember, when things seem darkest, when things seem down, when things seem at their heaviest, if you really want enlightenment, then just lighten up on yourselves. Let go of judgment. You don't need someone else's baggage in life. You came in with everything you really need to take with you. Whatever other baggage someone thought you needed to drag through your life, you don't need. Drop it. Shake out your hands, physical and spiritual, and start walking taller and lighter on the earth. You will accelerate greatly when you're not weighed down by things that have nothing to do with you. The more you are yourself, the more you will actually be capable of helping everyone else also choose to be themselves. Because they will see by your example what they can also be, not that they must choose it, but at least you give them the choice by choosing joy, love, and excitement for yourself. And they do work. There is nothing in creation that contradicts the choices you make that you believe most strongly are the ones that are your preference. There is nothing in creation that contradicts the choices you make. There are no interruptions in your life. Everything that happens is there for your reasons to use as you wish. Use them in the way you prefer to use them so they can be seen and felt and experienced in an enriching way. And you will see and hear and feel and taste and smell and touch. Everything will take its cue from that state of being. Be that state of being because you can. You don't need another reason to do so. Just be who you are because that's who you are. That's reason enough in the eyes of creation. You don't have to justify your existence, because if you did not deserve to exist, believe me, you wouldn't. But you do exist. And so in the eyes of creation, it must be necessary, it must be important that you are a part of all that is. Without you, each and every one of you, each and every one of us, each and every being in creation, without us all that is wouldn't be all that is. Be your part of all that is in all the ways you wish to be. That's your birthright. It is your soul right. We extend to you our deep appreciation in allowing us this transmission and sharing with you, and we deeply appreciate the gift that you have given to us in allowing us to experience the unique manifestation of creation you have chosen to be, and it opens our eyes to that many more ways that creation has of expressing itself. We thank you and bid you all a fond and exciting good day.
How'd it go? Good? You have a good time? Thank you all very much for being here tonight, and thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.